Hi, I'm here today with Jamie Payne, and I'm so excited for you guys to get to know her and get to see Tulsa from her eyes. She's the VP of Human Resources at St. Francis, who is one of Oklahoma's biggest employers, and we're going to actually talk quite a bit about that in a moment. She's actually a friend of mine. The couple that has the record for the most houses I have ever shown, and we were just talking about that, 51 houses in a matter of 5 weeks. Mm-hmm. And we hit that. We started right before COVID, didn't we?
We did. It was, I took the job in April of 2020, so it was right at the beginning of COVID. And people were frankly a little bit nervous about us going into their home, but you did such a great job of getting us in there and making them feel comfortable and following the rules that they set forth. And over 5 weeks, we would look at about 10 houses every weekend.
Yeah.
And you really helped us identify what we were looking for in a house. We weren't really sure. And so the intake process that you had was, I think, very beneficial in helping us solidify what neighborhood we wanted to live in and argue it out to, are we going to prioritize the garage over the kitchen or what our priorities were? And then I really liked the fact that you did all that research for us and had arrangements set every weekend for us to look at all these houses with your iPad. And then at the end of each session where you shared, the pros and cons based on our comments, that was really helpful in us narrowing down our search.
And you guys ended up, the house that you ended up with was worth going through the 51 houses.
It was
definitely.
It really was perfect for us and still is. It's in a great neighborhood. It's, I love the fact that our neighborhood is very diverse in the fact that there's an older generation there and a younger generation there. There's people that are moving there that are just starting their families, and then there's retired people there. So it's a great area. Also, we were looking for a school district so that our daughter could go to Bixby High School because that's where her volleyball coach was coaching. We relocated from Stillwater after 20 years. And we wanted to move in that school district, but we really liked the Jinx city limits. So the location of our house was really perfect because I'm a 15-minute commute to work, and we can get to Tulsa in 15 to 20 minutes. We're just in a really good location.
Do you mind me sharing your neighborhood?
No, happy to.
Yeah, so you guys are in Yorktown, and it's funny because I had the face of the 10 district on the other day, and his favorite neighborhood was Yorktown. Yeah. And so, it is such a great neighborhood. And it's like the master plan community of Jinx, Bixby schools. And we only have in the Tulsa area, we don't really have a lot of master plan communities, but Yorktown is definitely the biggest one in that area. How many little neighborhoods are there? Do you know?
So I think there's like 6 subdivisions or additions to the overall neighborhood. And, they're all unique. I'm in one of the oldest additions, the Carlisle addition. So it's kind of in the back. It's right by the pool. And every addition kind of has their own little unique personality. And, they have little clubs within each of these additions that get together. And then we have monthly events in our neighborhood. We have dog walks in the neighborhood. We have car shows. We have barbecue competitions.
Oh my goodness.
We pull our money and have probably the best fireworks show on the 4th of July than any community I've ever seen. And so it's just a really good group of people that live there, and it's a fun community.
That is fun. Okay, tell me more about the barbecue competitions. That is funny.
This can be very competitive. So it's coupled with a car show. And they started this during COVID when people were a little bit afraid to get out and about. And so instead of having everybody come to one location, everybody would get their cars, their unique cars, classic cars, souped up cars, and drive around the neighborhood. And everybody would come out of their house and wave as you went by. And they made it a tradition. So every year that's the case. And there's a competition of whose car, is the coolest. And we vote on whose barbecue tastes the best. And some of these guys are really good cooks that make amazing barbecue. So it's hard to pick which one, but we get to eat some great food along the way. And it's always at our pool where we have music and usually some live entertainment of some kind.
Prizes?
Oh yeah, there's prizes. There's great prizes and cash rewards, and they have other fun things. Our Halloween, I think a lot of people from other neighborhoods come to our neighborhood, and we make it a big event. It's several hours of passing out candy and seeing the kids, and they have a little event just for our neighborhood right before, where we have a little parade and Easter egg hunt. We just did the Easter egg hunt this year. It was a lot of fun for the kids, and face painting, and Santa Claus comes to our neighborhood and sees all the kids, so it's a really good neighborhood.
It really is. I mean, it has everything.
It is.
Yeah.
It does. And they listen to us. The Homeowners Association is very active. As a matter of fact, we are in the process of building a pickleball court because that was one of the things we wanted. Some of the neighbors were asking for it, and so we're building it.
Do you play pickleball?
I never have. I've started trying to learn. I've been watching some videos, and the gym where I go to, they have pickleball there, and so I probably will start. It looks fun.
I know. I want to start too. I have some friends that are starting to do pickleball, and I have people asking about it on the channel. What's the pickleball scene here? And so it's definitely growing and expanding, but that's cool to hear. So where will they put that? Do you know?
It will be in the McGraw Park, which is an open space where we already have basketball courts and a park there, and so in a space there.
Okay. Now, I'm going to go back a little bit to where you mentioned that you lived in Stillwater. You were in Stillwater for 20 years?
20 years. I went to school there, went to Oklahoma State University.
I was going to say, we're going to have to go Pokes.
And then moved off just for about a year or two, and came back and worked in manufacturing there for about 13 years. And they moved operations to Wisconsin, and I just did not want to move out of state. I love Oklahoma. And so then I went to work for the university as the chief HR officer at Oklahoma State University. Did that for about a decade. And then decided I'm ready to come home. I grew up in the Sand Springs area. My parents still live there. 3 of my college roommates are in the Tulsa area. So I was ready to come home and got the position at St. Francis about 4 years ago, and feel like I'm home. I'm at my calling.
And so what does your husband think? Because was he familiar with the Tulsa area?
He was not. My husband grew up on a farm. He's just a cowboy at heart. And so getting him to move from western Oklahoma to Stillwater was a challenge. And then getting him to move from Little Stillwater to Big Tulsa was even more of a challenge. But now that he's here, he absolutely loves it. He wouldn't change it for anything. And he owns an IT company, so he can work from anywhere, basically. So it's been a great experience for us.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, now you said, now St. Francis is really one of the main, not the main reason, but one reason that I wanted to get you on the show, because I do deal with, people moving in the medical field, and, with you being, the VP of HR, I wanted you to share, about St. Francis, about, the Tulsa area, why it's a great place to come. And you were saying that you guys recruit out of state. So let's talk about St. Francis a little bit.
St. Francis is a great place to work. It has a rich history that started with the Warren family over 60 years ago. It's the big pink palace, as we call it, on the hill. And we employ almost 12,000 employees now here in the Tulsa area. And we're locally owned, locally operated, locally governed, which gives us a major competitive advantage against the other health systems in the area. And so I'm sure you have been hearing on the news and know that there's a shortage of healthcare workers. So we're constantly recruiting to attract new talent to come to Tulsa and to grow our own, frankly. And, the nursing shortage was pretty significant in 2020 and 2021. It has kind of leveled off. We've been able to attract quite a few nurses. We've actually been recruiting even internationally to bring nurses to Tulsa. And we're getting better on our vacancy rates for nursing. And now we're starting to see a trend in challenges with hiring Other clinical positions such as respiratory therapy, rad techs or radiology technicians, imaging positions in general. There's lots of positions where there's just not enough being produced in the nation, really. So we're having to grow our own and attract people to come to our health system. But once you get into our health system, if you have an experience there, you want to work there. It's just a great culture, a good environment, and there's so much opportunity within just our system to grow. You can start out as a nurse tech and move into the CEO position someday if you continue to grow and develop yourself and be a good leader. So there's lots of opportunity.
Well, and there's such good housing around Tulsa. So, I mean, I think people that move in, their quality of life, can go up, considerably just in the housing options they have and the cost of living here.
That is so true. That's one of the things that we hear. We've been recruiting quite a few people from California lately. Now that we have remote working options, a lot of people will move to Tulsa, and because the cost of living is so much lower than some of those other metropolitan areas. But we have all the amenities of a large city, but it still feels like a small town sometimes. It's a family. So we've been able to recruit people from many other states to come here for the cost of living and the life. I mean, you have the arts here, you have athletics here, you have the restaurants, the shopping. There's so much about Tulsa. The parks, I mean, the gathering place. If you haven't covered that yet, that's just a selling point all in itself. People will go out and Google the gathering place and say, I just want to come see that. Even if I don't get the job, I want to see the gathering place. And so it's really an easy place to recruit to.
Yeah, well, good. I love hearing that. So along those lines, and again, this is one of the reasons for the show is because, on my channel, I'm showing people Tulsa in different neighborhoods and my favorite things, my pros and cons, but I want them to see, from other people's eyes. So what's your favorite thing? Like if you were going to recommend anyone that you're recruiting, obviously the gathering place for someone to go see, like where would you send them?
Well, it depends on their lifestyle, and that's what I like about you is that you get to know people's lifestyle, and you can help them engage. So if they're interested in, the arts, I mean, the Philbrook Museum is one of my favorite places to go. I was just there this weekend, and the flowers are amazing. The the art they made out of flowers this weekend was just gorgeous. If you're interested in the music scene, we have Kane's Ballroom. We have, I just found out about where I'm sitting right now. The church studio is a recording studio where so many people famous people have recorded here. I didn't even realize that. So there's just a lot of little hidden gems throughout Tulsa, depending on what your interests are.
Yeah. And the downtown area is so fun and amazing.
It really is. I love downtown Tulsa. There's just the restaurant scene, even the Brookside scene, Cherry Street. I mean, there's just so much entertainment. I just discovered Shady Key's little piano bar.
I love
have no
that
idea
place.
how fun that is, where you can, just sing along, and you'll see people in there that are my age, which, getting up there. I don't consider myself middle-aged yet, but somebody called me that the other day, so I guess I am. And you'll see my son there, who's 25. So you've got all ages that go there and enjoy the music scene.
And Jinx is just opened it was Friday. They had their grand opening of The Social, which is a piano bar.
Yes, I haven't been able to go there yet, and I live in Jinx. We love little downtown Jinx, too. I mean, Maggie's Music Box down there has live music all the time. And just the little antique shops down there, the garden center. I mean, it's right there by the river where you can exercise or just walk along and see the beauty of the river, and that development is impressive as well.
Yeah.
Right there at Turkey Mountain, the hiking trail, that's so much fun.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. I love it. So what's your favorite restaurant?
Oh, it's hard to say. My favorite restaurant, this is kind of crazy. It's not probably a famous one you hear a lot of times, but it's right across the street from my work, and it just has very authentic food. It's called Boston Deli. I don't know if you've been there.
I haven't been there.
It's not a deli, really. I mean, there's deli food in there. But they have a bakery where they'll bake a lot of really good baked goods, but the cook there cooks on Hasty Bake, which is a grill that's made here in Tulsa.
Oh, really?
It's a famous grill, and they have different meal plans every night. That like Monday nights might be chicken, Tuesday nights might be steak, Wednesday nights might be pork, and it's just really high quality food. It's so good.
And what was it called?
It's called Boston Deli.
Boston Deli. Okay, I'm going to have to try
It's one
that.
of my favorite places.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I haven't tried
It's
it
really
yet.
small. They serve wine there, so you can, enjoy wine. It's not just a deli.
Yeah, okay. Now, talking about St. Francis, and I don't know if you know this or not, I had a question about if it's really, is it walkable from the little neighborhoods, from the apartments, like to St. Francis? Do you have people biking or, walking to work?
There's not a walking path from the apartments to St. Francis. I do see people walking. There's some neighborhoods in the back area. But we do have bus station that stops right at St. Francis and stops at the bus stops in the neighborhoods right around as well. But there's not necessarily a walking trail. But there are a few that bike to work as well.
I was looking at it, I was like, I guess you technically could, but I wouldn't. That's pretty busy right there.
It is pretty busy. 61st and Yale is a pretty busy intersection. And but, there's people that do walk and a lot of carpooling. And
Yeah, carpooling.
Yeah. So it's a good place.
Well, and you said 15 minutes, and I just love that, from Jinx to Tulsa in 15 minutes.
Yes.
And that's something you can get almost anywhere.
Yes. I can get to Tulsa in 15 to 20 minutes, my work in 15 minutes. I'm 5 minutes from Glenpool, and there's Tulsa Hills is kind of where I go to get basic things from Target.
Yeah.
Everybody loves to go to Target or Lowe's when my husband has a project, and so it's literally 5 minutes from us. So it's a great location.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited about the shopping,
Oh, I know.
the outlet mall that's coming soon.
know.
I think this fall, August, I think is
Yes,
the
I
opening
seriously
date.
can't wait for that.
Me
That's going to be
too.
fantastic. They're going to have a park there, and then I think they're going to do a rock climbing gym.
Oh, wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be in the shopping center or just close to the area, but yeah, so much development there. That's going to be really great.
Yeah, I'm excited about shopping there for Christmas.
Yes, I know. I haven't heard what shops are going to be there yet.
I haven't
Have you?
either. I think there's supposed to be over 80 shops.
Yeah, it's going to be really nice. And I always have fun going to Oklahoma City to those outlets, so I think it'll be great.
I really miss the Stroud Outlet Mall. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember that, but they had some outlets there before it was
Yeah.
blown over by a tornado. So I
Yes.
miss going to outlet malls.
I know. So it'll be it's going to be packed. I mean, you know how Tulsa is, like when something new comes, like everyone wants to be there.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it will be packed for quite a while, but that will be great for Jinx too.
Yes, I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Okay, so if you could wave a magic wand, I know you love your neighborhood, but if you could wave a magic wand and live anywhere that you wanted to in the Tulsa area, what neighborhood or area would that be?
I knew you were going to say that. I really love my current neighborhood. I would probably stay right
Yes.
there. We've talked about living in Midtown. And we didn't initially select Midtown because we wanted our daughter to go to Bixby schools. And so, maybe someday if we decide to downsize, we might buy an older home in Midtown and remodel it, or even buy one that's already remodeled and live in Midtown just so we can be close to, all the action and the entertainment down there and the restaurants and the gathering place, and all of that's pretty close. So we might someday relocate to Midtown, but we really like where we're at in Yorktown.
Yeah. Well, you just do have the best of both worlds. I mean, you're just a short drive, but it's so funny. Midtown people, like, they don't want to leave Midtown. Like, going out to the suburbs for them, is something unusual. Or I had someone tell me the other day, they're like, oh my goodness, I'm all the way out in Bixby. And I was like,
It's not that far.
It's not far, but it's just, I guess in the eye of the beholder, when you're used to something, like to us, a 15-minute, 30-minute drive is nothing for me.
Right.
Like, I'll do that all day. So
Yeah.
it's funny.
Yeah, I think Midtown would be very convenient. But the thing I like about the suburbs is it's very safe.
Yes.
In Midtown, there's a lot more people walking around that are homeless, or you just are exposed to more of a metropolitan life there in Midtown, as opposed to the suburbs that have neighborhoods. I feel very safe in those suburbs.
Yeah. Jinx is, I think, Jinx City Limits is one of the safest towns.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. But really all our suburbs have great crime ratings. Like they're pretty safe. Okay, let's transition a little bit. So I know your kids are older now, but you have grandkids.
Yes.
What is your favorite place to take the grandkids?
Oh my. Right next to the gathering place is the new Science Museum, the Discovery Lab. He absolutely loves that. He loves the gathering place. He loves the Tulsa Zoo. That's a fun place to go. Just being out in nature for him is fun. So anywhere where there's a pond. I mean, we're not very far from Lake Keystone, so they'll go to Lake Keystone, or we're really close to Grand Lake, honestly. I have friends that have places there, so they're into fishing, and sometimes we'll take him to lakes. And there's, just great places for kids to go in terms of trampoline parks and places to have birthday parties. So, yeah, he actually lives in the suburb of Broken Arrow. I think you helped them find that house as well. And they love Broken Arrow. I've tried to get them to consider moving to Jinx with us, but they love Broken Arrow and his school there. And
What grade is he in now?
he's a second grader.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
I know.
That is crazy.
I know.
Yeah, Broken Arrow is another great suburb that a lot of people, it's a top search suburb, and they're going to make that, they're working on that amphitheater. Have you heard of that?
Yes, I heard that.
Like that will be amazing. Like if that, once that gets finished and done, like that will bring some huge, we already get at the BOK Center, we get huge acts coming to, the Tulsa area, but that will be just another great venue.
The outdoor will be great.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, the Rose District there is so much fun. The food market there, the fresh food market's fun.
Yeah. Have you been to the Water's Edge at the Rose District?
I have not yet.
Okay, well they do their wine.
Oh.
Yeah, and so so the grapes are flown in, but then they have a facility to do the wine.
Really?
Yeah, in Broken Arrow. And
wow.
so
Like a distillery there in Broken Arrow.
yeah, so it's
I'll have
really
to
cool.
try it.
Yeah, and it's really good.
Okay.
So I recommend all the wines I've tried, I've really enjoyed. So
Okay.
yeah, and it's a neat little place. So
Maybe this weekend.
yeah. It's a good spot. Now I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm going to.
Okay. Don't want to, but I'm going to.
But out of, you said that you grew up in Tulsa and, Tulsa kind of shaped your life and you came home. But do you have a Tulsan that you admire, and whether, you know them personally or not, just somebody that's, really made an impact on you from the Tulsa area?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of Tulsans that I really like. So that's hard to pick. Obviously, my mother is my mentor, and, she's the reason I'm here. But, I would say somebody who I really admire that has lived in Tulsa for a very long time was my high school softball coach. He was actually my junior high and high school softball coach. His name's Harry Gordon. And he actually lives in Jinx in the Stony Brook addition. We lived in there as well, right behind Tulsa Hills. And he was just such a mentor to me growing up, and taught me a lot about how to be a good team player. And more importantly than just the game of softball, taught me how to be a good person and what it's like to be a good family. It might make me tear up talking about him. He's just an amazing guy, and his wife Pam, I just love their family. And so I'm really excited to be in Tulsa closer to them. But there's some people that I've met here since I came back also that I really admire that I didn't even know before. Like Allison Anthony, who is the executive director, the head of the Tulsa Area United Way. She is a gem of a person, and she asked me to serve on the Tulsa Area United Way board. So I've been serving on that board for about a year, and I've gotten to know her really well, and she just does some amazing things for this community, beyond just what the United Way does with its programs and funding. She's constantly looking for ways to partner. I mean, one of the things that she recently did was bring that 211 service to Tulsa for Eastern. It's really for serving the Eastern Oklahoma area, but it's that hotline that you call to get help and support if you live in this area, and connecting the dots for people in need and people who provide services to those. So she's just a real inspiration to me. I really enjoyed getting to know her.
Oh, that's exciting. I haven't heard of her, so
Allison
I'll have to look
Anthony.
her up. That's amazing. Okay, very cool.
Yeah. She was just inducted into the Hall of Fame. I can't remember. It's like the Tulsa Hall of Fame, maybe?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's the Oklahoma Hall of Fame.
Okay, I'm definitely going to have to
Mm-hmm.
look her up. That's amazing. But it's so great to hear. I love hearing about people's, the inspirational people that have made a difference in their, in your life. And, a lot of people wouldn't even know it. So, I'm sure, her knowing that would be very special.
Yeah, I hope so. Good.
Your coach and your mom.
Yes. Yeah, there's so many. It's hard to pick. I really enjoy getting to know G.T. Bynum, our current mayor. And I think he is an amazing leader that has done some wonderful things for Tulsa. And I'm excited to see who becomes our next mayor.
Yeah.
I have an opinion about who I like there, and I hope she gets that position. And so I think we have good leadership in the Tulsa area in terms of taking us forward and seeing a vision for what we can be as a community and how we can continue to grow and prosper.
I agree, and they're very the regional mindset too of tying in, the suburbs and the Tulsa metro and combining all that to make it better. Yeah. And actually, all the candidates have agreed to come on the podcast.
Oh, good.
Yes. So
Kathy will be coming on?
She will be, yeah.
She's a gem also.
She is. I got to listen to her a couple of weeks ago at the Shrine, and she, you could just feel the love that she had for the city. So
that's great.
That just came out, and it was fantastic. So, I'm definitely looking forward to talking to her.
Good.
Okay, back to Tulsa and suburbs. So, is Jinx your favorite suburb?
It probably is. I grew up in Sand Springs, which is also a suburb of Tulsa, a little bit further west, and decided I didn't really want to go back to my hometown because I wanted to experience something different and new. And Jinx has a lot of amenities. It's got a wonderful school system. The shopping there's fun. The downtown area is fun. The people there are just great. It's really close to the river. We like to go eat on the river and walk around the river and have fun near the Arkansas River. So yeah, I think Jinx is probably my favorite suburb.
Yeah, and it's just so, you're in Jinx, you are just close to everything. You can get anywhere in 10 to 15 minutes. I love the river walk.
Yes.
There. And then my favorite, why am I forgetting? It's literally my favorite restaurant. They have the best happy hour.
Is Los Cabos or
No,
Waterfront
there's
Grill?
Waterfront Grill.
Yeah, I like Waterfront Grill a lot. We eat there a lot.
Yeah, that's my favorite patio.
They do have really good outdoor seating and a huge variety of selection of food. They have sushi night, I think, on Wednesdays, and they have everything you can think of, from seafood to American food to steak to...
And their brunch is fantastic.
Yes. I love their brunch and their mimosas.
Yes.
I feel like I sound like I'm drunk. I'm talking about wine and mimosas. I really don't drink that much, just a little here and there, but yeah.
Great spot. Well, I am happy that you were able to make time and come out and talk to us, and I know that the viewers will appreciate getting to see Tulsa through your eyes. As far as anyone in the medical field, if they are thinking about St. Francis, they can just go on the website? Like what?
Yes, I
What do
would
they
say the
do?
best thing to do would be to go on our website, stfrancis.com/careers, and see what we have available. There's contacts on there that you can reach out for various things. If you want to learn about benefits, if you want to learn about what career opportunities we have, that's probably the best place to go, is stfrancis.com.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you. Thanks for being on.
Thank you.